Hello, Namaste, and welcome to Agile Exploration Hub. I am your host Nagesh Deshpande, and we are bringing another episode of Talks with Deshpande ji on Agile Exploration Hub. We had some gap in between because I was um, busy with family and as well as some trainings that going on. So after gap, we bringing another episode, and today's topic will be a little different. Very interesting topic that we have today. Our topic will be today mindset, embracing change. And our speaker for today is Yogesh Umbarkar. Yogesh, with nearly 20 years experience in IT, and he has participated in or he worked in software development, application support, cloud migration projects. Being an Agile Explorer and DevOps practitioner, he got opportunity to work as a Scrum Master, product owner, and operation expert in Agile teams. So, with his so much vast experience, large experience, will be able to give a very nice overview about Agile mindset and Agile practices. So, let's welcome Yogesh. Hey, Yogesh.
Hello, Nageshi. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity as a part of Agile Exploration Hub. And being an Agile practitioner and explorer, I think this is also a new exploration for me. So thank you so much. And this is a great platform, I must say.
Most welcome. Yeah. How was your day so far?
The day is good. Also,
Okay.
there are some adaptations and changing mindset. So weekend, work days to weekend is also in changing mindset, right? So this is also a
Yes,
new
yes, yes,
mindset.
yes, yes, yes. Great, great, great. So you are in Pune, right?
Yes, I am in Pune.
Yeah. So I am also in Pune. So let's catch up sometime in person rather than talking over, over a Zoom call. And let's directly jump onto our topic. Yeah. So today's topic is, we are going to discuss agile mindset. See, mindset when we talk, it's very important. When you are, you're talking about doing something different. Yeah, doing something new, doing something out of your character, out of your practice. Yeah. So
Hmm.
mindset is very important. And as we know, industry has been grown in such a way prior to 2000, year 2000, where they have very fixed mindset and very theoretical or methodical way of doing software development. And introduction of agile become another challenge, not just understanding agile, but accepting and changing your mind. Yeah. So we would like to hear your views on, how do you define an agile mindset?
Before defining agile mindset, I think we need to understand what is the mindset is all
Mindset.
about,
Yes.
right? So
Right.
mindset is basically there are two areas, okay?
Hmm.
One are facts and one are our perceptions,
Right.
okay? Based on facts and perceptions, our beliefs are created. So basically, what mindset is? Mindsets are set of the beliefs, okay? That's how you can perceive the world and yourself, okay? Once you understand this particular phase, then it comes how that particular mindset change your thoughts, your emotions, your behavior, your attitude, all those things. Now, coming to the second question of this particular, what is agile mindset?
Agile
Right?
mindset.
So,
Yes.
right. So, before agile mindset, we have to understand there are broadly two types of mindset. One is fixed mindset. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm coming to office, I'm doing my work, I'm going to my home, I'm happily living my life. Okay. Perfectly fine. There are daily routine, there are daily disciplines. Perfectly. Timely growth, timely accepting the new opportunities. That's also in right mindset.
Hmm.
Then there are growth mindset. Okay. There are some people who try to strive something different each and every day. They
Right.
wanted to improve on what their skills are lacking, or they wanted to sharpen their skills. Okay. These are the two broadly mindset, and we have to respect both of them.
Agree.
It is not that if I'm a uh, fixed mindset, then I'm doing something wrong. It's not like that. Also, if someone is always trying different new things, it is also not a wrong thing. Okay. But when it comes to the agile mindset, we have to be little bit of flexible
Hmm.
because agile talks more about the embracing the change. So in my view, if you wanted to adapt agile mindset, then first you have to become more flexible within your mindset.
Right.
So that's how I can define.
Great. Good start. So yes. So guys, start, you know, um, start flexing your mind. Start doing new things. Understand how people are doing things differently. And then moving on to the second question, how does an agile mindset helps the embracing the change? So see, I personally experienced, even as a development team member, when there was a change, it was very difficult for me to accept the change. So now how this agile mindset will help?
Basically, agile mindset is nothing difficult for a human being. Okay. We have adopted the unfortunate pandemic days. We
Right.
changed our mindset. Now we come back and now we are going back to our normal days. So that's
Huh.
what adaptability is.
Mm.
So that's how the agile mindset also help us to being more adaptable in our planning, in our priorities, in our decisions, right? Also, when we talk about agile values and principles,
Mm.
right? So what
Mm.
that taught us how we can communicate with each other, how we can collaborate with each other, right?
Right.
So basically, the collaboration is also an important part. What agile mindset is taught us.
Right. Right.
Then next to that, uh, whenever we are talking with each other, right? So sometimes we talk with our friends, they guide us. Sometimes we talk with our managers, they guide us. But at the same time, we have to also talk with ourselves. We call it as retrospective in Agile,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
what we have learned, what opportunities I had, how I am doing, right? That is
Right.
also, we call it as feedback loop. So if you go to the Kanban principles or Kanban framework of Agile, that really talks more about the feedback loops,
Right.
how your feedback loops are helping you to improve or shift left mindsets that can bring up. That is the another way the agile mindset help to embrace the change. And most important part coming here, right? Customer focus.
Right.
So agile mindset help us to prioritize delivering value to the customer. Okay, whenever there are changing requirements, whenever there are more focus needed to meeting the customer needs, right? So this particular agile mindset helps because it talks more about continuous improvement.
Right.
So I think that's how the agile mindset is helping to embrace the change.
Absolutely. I'll add few my views here and on top of what you said. So customer collaboration is very important. Uh, So take an example of a restaurant. Uh, So not even a restaurant, a small takeaway counter. Uh, The person is making something which is a fast food item, maybe a vada pav, maybe a pohe or something. So he frequently talks to customer, how does it taste? You know, how much is the quantity? Do you want something on top of it? Like maybe a condiment, some maybe sambar, maybe a chutney or something like that. So this helps them to improve the quality of their product. Okay. And exactly opposite way, if someone is making something in bulk, sending to a restaurant, they just serving it. That's it. So now you see the difference here. The person who is making in the somewhere far away may not be able to talk to directly who the consumer of that customer. So that's how the mindset will change. You have to talk to your customer, even if you are working as a development team member. Another very you know crystal clear thing that I can observe. Earlier days, we used to communicate everything over the email or at max on the phone, over phone, but there was no face-to-face communication. Now Agile says that the Agile recommends have a face-to-face communication. That will change the way you communicate, because you will add the emotions to it. You will understand better, the words, the choice of word, because in the writing, when I will write, I will have a limited vocabulary. I may not be able to construct perfect sentence, but when I talk, I will be able to explain me a better way. So this is another way of changing your mindset. One more thing uh, that comes into my mind is collaboration. Earlier, when I was a tester, I used to sit somewhere else. So all these things matters when you come sit together. Your mindset will change. You will collaborate better way. See, I am testing like this, so you're supposed to test like this. So these are my scenarios. So these conversations are very important to build or increase your agile mindset. That's what I want to add. What Yogesh said very nicely. So
And thanks for putting this point. That's what we say, right? So
yeah,
when we see each other, when we talk with each other, right, in front of camera, then we understand not only your verbal communications, but we also understand the emotions behind that. We also
exactly.
understand the
See,
situations. Yeah,
we are human, and you rightly
yeah.
mentioned during the pandemic. What was the most struggle for most of the people, was mental health, because we are a social animal, and we are not born or not made to stay inside a closed environment. We need to go out and talk. So same goes with Agile. Agile recommends you go out, talk to people, talk to your customer, talk to your team, talk to your senior, junior, your leadership. That's the recommendation that Agile. Great discussion. Wow. Yeah. Let's move on to next topic. So we we try to understand what is agile mind. See, agile mindset is a vast topic. We try to understand some part of it. We are now trying to promote it to a team or to an organization. So what kind of challenges that you see?
So challenges for implementation of agile, right?
Mm-hmm.
First thing, readiness or preparedness, right?
Mm.
So there is always a failure. Oh, we heard the stories, right?
Right, right, right.
90% time we heard the
Mm.
story that, oh, that is not successful. Yeah, that agile they are doing, they are not successful, right? So
Mm.
there is always and frankly speaking, if someone is saying you successful stories 10 times, and if you watch an unsuccessful video one time, you will, the first thought come in your mind is your unsuccessful story
Right.
rather than 10 successful story. So why it is come? Because there is always in our mind fear of failure is also there, right?
Mm.
We are sometimes not ready to learn from others' mistakes. So the opportunity to learn something new, we try to overshadow because of fear of failure.
Right.
And that's how
Mm.
the resistance of change always comes into mind. Because resistance of change is there because that is altering your way of working. I am working in one, two, three, four, five, six way. Oh, suddenly you come. No, you have to work on one, and then you have to work on three, and you have to work on five. You remove something two and four that is not necessary, right? So that is alteration in your sequence or
Right.
alteration in your thought process. Okay, that major force to have a challenge for adopting anything. It's not only an agile mindset, but adapting any new thing,
Any new thing, absolutely.
any new thing.
Yeah.
We try to be in our comfort zone many times.
Right.
Next to that, when implementing agile into the different organizations, okay, so we need to have that shifting mindset. A cultural shift has to be there.
Right.
Okay, it is not just an developer's duty to do the agile work, but it is also an management's duty, also and senior management duty to lead by example on agile way of working.
True.
Also, there is another one example I can give that. Okay, there are many tools available into the market. Even if you go to someone, I am being part of many panelists now. Oh, I am working in Agile. Okay, so how many team size you have? We are working 20 members team. Okay, so which Agile framework you are working? No, we are working on Agile. We are using Jira. We are using this one. So just if you are working on any tool which is facilitating Agile ceremonies, it doesn't mean you are working in Agile teams,
Agile. Yes. Yes.
right? So you need to understand what agility is all about. Okay, so we call it as lack of understanding many a
Hmm.
times. Okay, so the agile values, agile principles, DevOps values, DevOps principle, Kanban values, Kanban principle, test-driven development, behavior development, everything is important. But when it is important, if you start understanding the nitty-gritty of it, if
Hmm.
you start applying those in your day-to-day. So the biggest challenge is we need to embrace the change.
Hmm.
Okay. When we will embrace the change, when we will fear, we will come out of our comfort zone. We will come out of our fear zone. Okay. I have one example. we were discussing about the AI and other areas. A couple of years back, one of my friend was asked me, Yogesh, so since the AI is coming into the picture, okay, he is into the legal firm, so this will definitely hit my jobs because there are easy tools available, those easily find references, which clauses, etc. What I will do? So I always thought him, okay, this is your fear of technology.
Hmm.
Okay, even if AI comes, even if artificial intelligence comes, okay, it is developed by a human. It is
Right.
always controlled by a human. Okay, so you have to change your mindset. If you wanted to be equivalent with these tools and technology, you wanted to remove the fear, start learning this technology, how it works. When
Hmm.
you start learning how it works, then definitely your fear of failure will come and the challenges will automatically fade away.
True. True. Right. 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 Very nicely put. Yeah. So now you mentioned about, higher management, senior management. So leadership is a very essential part, plays very essential part on, in embracing agile mindset. Mm. So what role should this leadership play in this fostering the agile mindset?
When it comes to the leadership, okay, the most important part is what are the priorities are there, what are the value deliverables are there. We call it as a big picture overview.
Right.
Okay, so that has to be clear with each and every individual who is contributing to the team.
Hmm.
It is not just a manager, it is not just scrum master, not just PO. Even if a new fresher who has joined your team, they should be aware about your team's goal. They should
Right.
be aware about your what is your end delivery to the client. So that's the prioritization of value delivery is the most important part leadership can clear up. Second part, empowering teams on learning,
Hmm.
fostering the culture of learning, fostering the culture of speak up things.
Right.
That is most important part where leadership can play a role. Third part, uh, once I was talking with my manager, so he was saying, "You guys are actually running the business. I'm just a facilitator over here." Why? Because if you're stuck somewhere, do not hesitate to call me. Do not hesitate to
Hmm.
interrupt me, or do not hesitate to come to my cabin and ask, "This is the problem I'm facing. This how you can help." So
Right.
basically, a leadership can play a role of kind of scrum master or impediment remover here. Okay,
Right.
that really helps. That reduce the silos into the teams,
Hmm.
and also that gives each individual the confidence that we are part of this particular team or we are part of this particular mission as a team together. So I
Ex-
think that's something what leadership can do, and definitely they should also set an examples.
Absolutely. Yeah. So another angle I would like to bring in here. Building psychological safety is very crucial. As a leader, I will always try to make sure my team has that psychological safety. They are, um, you know authorized. They are allowed to speak up of their mind, whatever is going in their mind, maybe correct, incorrect things. So that will help us to bring a new change, you know, and adapting to the things. So it's a great um, thing if a leadership try to build psychological safety in their teams or in their organization. And largely is lacking, I observe in my experience. Leadership always not always have that kind of environment in the organization. So that's another thing, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. So can you share a few tips for maintaining agile mindset during setbacks? So we discussed about uh, what is agile mindset, how to adapt it, and all that. But there are setbacks. Some people can't just accept the change. Some people, can't accept that I have to sit with customer. I have to communicate every day. So these setbacks are there. There can be. So how can you handle those setbacks?
So setbacks are always there,
Yes.
right? First thing you need to accept that.
Right.
Okay? So when you start accepting, then you acknowledge and then you start actionizing on them.
Hmm.
Okay? That's how you can start. We normally call it as agile. Basically, the main ceremonies we talk about agile, right? The first one is planning, then daily meetings, then product grooming, then reviews with stakeholders, and then lastly retrospective.
Hmm.
Why we have these only 5 ceremonies in agile? Because each ceremony is carrying very much importance what role they are playing in day-to-day activities.
Right.
Okay, so whenever there is a setback, right, we have to follow the same agile methodologies over here. We have to reflect on what went wrong, why this particular setback is there. Okay, if you understand why there is setback, okay, then next question, how can I overcome that setback?
Right.
Okay, start retrospecting yourself, plan a strategy, innovate your approach. Okay, if you fail one time, okay, if you fail 2 times, okay, Thompson failed 1,000 times.
Right.
Right? So yes, success will be there, but you have to repeat.
Hmm.
Okay, then repeat. So setbacks are definitely an opportunities to growth and improvement. Okay, a simple example I see: understand the movie RRR.
Hmm.
So reflect, retrospect, and repeat to improve on. That's how I
Great.
can say.
Great. Great. Yes. 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 Nice. Very nicely said. Yes. So, um, coming on to our last question for the day, what advice do you have for the teams starting their agile journey? Or I'll not limit this to teams. Even people. There are a lot of viewers, our viewers who want to become a Scrum Master, product owner. But there are some teams who wants to adopt the agile. What kind of advices that you will give?
Just couple of days back, I put something on my LinkedIn post also. Okay, I wanted to repeat the same example.
Sure.
Okay, if you wanted to eat apple, you can't eat in one bite,
Right.
right? So you have to go bite by bite. So
Right.
similarly, agile is also a structural approach. Okay, which which is a process driven to give you consistency to improve on your performance. So that is my simple advice to each and everyone. And how this is going to help in the agile journey. First, you need to understand the need of what agile things you wanted to do.
Hmm.
Okay, why you are wanted to just approach the Scrum, why you wanted to go only for Canva, why you wanted to go into the hybrid model, which works best for your team is something more important for you to understand. Next, respect all the resources, whether it's a team, whether it's human resource, whether it's IT resource. You have to start respecting your resources.
Agree.
Once you start respecting your resources, then you will start understanding their values. And once you understand their values, they will understand your customers' value.
Oh,
So I think I can just say that you start understanding your resources, you start valuing your team, you start valuing your approach, and definitely that approach will value your customer. So I think
great.
adapt, baseline, and continuously improve. That's what I can say to my colleagues or my network over here, or those who wanted to start their agile journey.
Wonderful. It was a great discussion, Yogesh. Again, to my viewers, uh, to connect with Yogesh, I'll provide all the details in the description, his LinkedIn profile, and all the details. So again, like as always say, Yogesh is not the only time will be here. He will be again coming to our podcast. He'll share his view on some different topic in future. Once again, thank you, Yogesh. Thanks for your time.
Again, Nagesh ji, thank you.